Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Soph. For today's video we're going to be doing a slightly different one to what I normally do, and I thought I would do a video dedicated to my top 10 auto-buy authors, which I don't think I've ever spoken about. Now there are many authors that I will look into and buy when I know there's a new release coming out, and there are a few where I've only read like one book and I really enjoyed it, so I will look at their next ones. But the ones I'm talking about today are ones where I've read multiple books by them and loved all of them, so I naturally just buy the book as soon as I hear it's coming out without necessarily digging deep or waiting for reviews or anything like that. And they are in no particular order. I will tell you which ones are my preferred ones, but I am not going to be doing like a tier ranking thing. I'm just going to talk to you about them, and obviously if you are interested then you can go and check them out yourselves. But without further ado, I'm just going to get right on into it. So at the top of my little stack here, I've got a book from each author, and one of my auto-buy authors is Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is the book that made me fall in love with her, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Literally a masterpiece. I don't think I've ever read a book so fast, but her writing style just really sits with me, and I just find it really easy to like lock in and read her writing. I don't find it difficult. It's not too lyrical, too like fancy. It's just like so good, and her characters are always so interesting, and she's just really good at basically everything that she does. So this one plus Daisy Jones and the Six, literally amazing. I have read a couple of her short stories as well, and I just love all of them. The only thing I would say, to be completely transparent, I have read about 43% of her latest book, which is called Atmosphere, and it's about a space romance story, but I did not like that one and I did DNF it. But that is the first book where I've just been like, this isn't for me. Honestly, it felt like I was reading an Ali Hazelwood, which isn't a bad thing, and I will get onto that in a second, but it just wasn't what I expected from Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I did DNF that one. But all her other work, amazing, and I will still probably auto-buy even after that DNF. Next in the pile is Ali Hazelwood. This one in particular I have not actually read yet, full disclosure. But I have read pretty much every single one of her other books, bar this one, and I'm sure there's one more that I haven't read. But I've read The Love Hypothesis, Checkmate, Love Theoretically, Deep End, which was a short story, Bride. Like, I have gone through the works, and every time she releases one, I buy it. So I think this one and another one is like my last couple on the list. I've just read her newest one as well, which was so good, and I just really love her books. Like, if you didn't know, she writes romance stories that are typically based around STEM, so they normally have some kind of science or technology atmosphere to it. It's not always super intense, you don't have to be like a genius to read them, but I just really enjoy her characters and their relationship and how they kind of grow. She's just really good at doing it. Bride was her first supernatural romance, which was also quite good if you like supernatural romance, but obviously if you typically like normal contemporary romance then you might not like that one. But I highly recommend all of her STEM romances. They're really good. This one is about biotech engineering, so, but I don't know anything about that, but I don't need to know it to read her book. That's what's good about the way she writes. You don't have to understand all the context to it. Next up we have Jennifer Lynn Barnes. She wrote The Inheritance Games. She wrote the, I don't know what the series is called, but the Naturals books. She wrote those, and I think she's done a couple others, but I read her Inheritance Games series basically as they came out. Absolutely loved them. I haven't caught up with the spin-offs and like the newer additions to it, but loved The Inheritance Games. Then I went on to The Naturals, which is another YA based around like criminology. Basically, it's kind of like Criminal Minds, but teenagers. Literally amazing. Love. So yeah, anything she comes out with, I will definitely pick up. Her writing, as far as I'm aware, she's only done YA. Does this class as YA? I think so. She's actually a professor in psychology. So that explains a lot because there was a lot of psychology elements in her books. But yeah, love them. Inheritance Games is just full of puzzles and riddles and like solving mysteries, and it is just amazing. It's just such a fun time and so easy to read. We then have Alex Michaelides. I don't know if that's how you say his name. This one, he's on strike one, if we're being honest. So he only has 3 books released, as far as I'm aware. He has The Silent Patient, which is an incredible thriller. He has The Maidens, which is also an incredible like mystery thriller. These 2 books are what made him auto-buy to me. He then released The Fury, which I did not enjoy anywhere near as much, and I think I did actually DNF it, but I would definitely still check out his next works because I do, when he does it right, he does it so good. And I'm not saying The Fury was done wrong, but I literally predicted what was like happening in the first page, like in the prologue, because when I decided I was DNFing it, I skipped to the end to see what the twist was, and I had predicted it, so there was literally no point in me continuing that book because I would have been even more annoyed by the time I got to the end. But this one and The Maidens are done so well, and again, they're so easy to read, and I just feel like sometimes thrillers and psychological thrillers and mysteries can be so wordy to try and like send you in different directions, but his are just so easy to read. So easy to read. Then we have one of my favourite people ever who introduced me to the world of cowboy romances, and that is Miss Elsie Silver. I have read the entire Chestnut Spring series and I adore it with every single beat of my heart. This is the Gold Rush Ranch series, which I haven't actually started yet, but I do plan on starting it very soon, and I own all of these. And then I also own some of the Rosewell something, I can't remember what it's called, but I have started to get those as well. So when I tell you, she is like in my cart immediately as soon as it's released in paperback form. I just love her writing so much. Again, if you like cowboy romances, or if you like romances and you want to delve into cowboy romances, please check out the Chestnut Spring series. Those boys have my whole entire heart, and the way she writes relationships and like problems and like addressing mental health issues and real life issues is just so good and so easy to read, and I just really love all the books that I've read by her so far. And she will, until I find a bad bunch of books, she will continue to be an author by author for me. Next is one that I've definitely featured a lot on my channel from like the very beginning of when I became a booktube channel, and that is Kerri Maniscalco. She wrote, so the original book that I read by her was Kingdom of the Wicked, which, by the way, incredible. Still love that book to this day. Would still probably give it 5 stars. Chef's kiss. The rest of the series is okay, but I do plan on reading the spin-off series about the other princes of hell. But this book, Stalking Jack the Ripper, from her backlog, oh my god, I was literally obsessed with this book for days, and I was considering rereading it the other day because this is so fun, so unique to me, and there is romance in here, but it's so like low-key, and I just love the characters so much. The way they bond and how the relationship grows is so like not obvious, but obvious at the same time. I don't really know how to describe it, but I just really loved this book, and now that I've read this paired with Kingdom of the Wicked, she will just be an author by author for me for a long time, and I highly recommend both series. Then we have Miss Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book is the book that got me into reading again. This book right here. This series right here. The first 3, incredible. I have not read past that purely because people have been putting me off, but I do own them. And the prequels as well, I do own them. I have the whole From Blood and Ash universe on my shelves, and I will probably always buy her books, to be honest. And I also have one of her newer series books, and I have some of her older series books to get to. So I just love the way she writes her fantasy romance, and I love the way she does her characters and her relationship building and the world building. It's not too dense. Like, I would definitely say it's like it's not more romance heavy, because this definitely has a plot in there, and there is quite a big plot within these books, but the romance is also quite a big part of the books, and I do like the way that she balances both out. It's like the perfect balance for me personally, and I would just always buy her books straight away. I don't really know what more to say about her. This is a book that got me into reading. I've reread it. I'll probably reread it again sometime soon, and I'm actually reading the prequels this month, coming as in September. So yeah, highly recommend. Wolf Shifters and Vampires. Need I say more? Next up is a fairly new author to me actually, and that is Carissa Broadbent. You probably know that the world went crazy for Serpent and the Wings of Night. I actually was slightly disappointed in it purely because it wasn't as good as I like hyped it up in myself to be, but it is a very good book anyway, and the second book is also very, very good. Since reading this duology, I have also bought her like basically all her other books, and I am very, very excited to read them. Again, like I've said for many of these authors already, the way she writes her world and her characters, and like even the magic elements and the like the little details are so good, and it's so easy to read. You don't need to wrap your head around all this crazy world building, and yeah, it's just a really, really good romantasy series, and I highly recommend. I cannot speak for the other series, the Daughter of No Worlds, etc., because I haven't read any of those ones yet, but I have heard that they do have a slightly different vibe, and they're not as good as these apparently, but I haven't formed my own opinion on that yet. But yeah, I would highly recommend at least reading the Crowns of Nyaxia duology. I even tabbed this one. I don't know if you can see. Then this one actually is an exception to the rule. At the start of this video, I said that there are plenty of authors where I've read one book and now I'm like obsessed, but they are not on this list. This one, however, she is very much on this list, and she definitely deserves it. And I love this book with my whole heart, and I was literally so obsessed with like every single character in this book that I couldn't stop thinking about it for days and days and days after I finished reading it. And that is Quicksilver by Callie Hart. So Callie Hart is now an author by author for me. Based off of this book alone, I literally cannot even describe how much I adored this book. I think I did about like so many TikToks on it. I've spoken about it in the last video I did. I think it was like my top book so far, and yeah, I love this world, these characters so much. Even the side characters have such strong personalities that you can't help but love them and feel some way towards them, and I just don't want anything to happen to them in Brimstone, which comes out in November. Love, love, love. Please read this if you haven't already and you love romantasy. And then the last one, which honestly shouldn't be a surprise. I feel like it's so basic to say because she's probably on most people's auto-buy authors list, and that is Sarah J Maas. Purely because of ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, not so much Crescent City. I'm not sure if I will continue to buy the Crescent City books, but I would definitely invest in buying and reading any ACOTAR books that she brings out. I know there's meant to be at least a sixth one. I don't know how far it goes on from there. And there are rumours of her doing something with Throne of Glass, but honestly, I don't think it needs anything doing to it. It's like perfect the way it is. But yeah, Sarah J Maas will be auto-buy for me. Unfortunately, her Crescent City series does kind of make me doubtful these days as to whether I will auto-buy, but I know I'm gonna buy it anyway because I just can't help but be with these characters, and now that they're all kind of intertwined, I just can't help myself. So those are my top 10 auto-buy authors. Please let me know what yours are, because you might have some that I've not even heard of and I want to get on the hype. And if you like any of the authors I've mentioned, please drop your favourite book below. If you like these types of videos, please let me know and give me a big thumbs up. It really, really helps. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave. Bye guys!